tools. It's really built to make cybersecurity easier. Welcome back to another episode of MSP Cyber Roundtable. I have with me today Michael Bakaic. Welcome back, Mike. I understand today we're talking about the relevance of vendor-aligned socks. So, so the
not SOC, SOCK.
Yeah. So when you get the vendor socks, right?
If you want to talk about vendor-aligned socks, everyone's going to tune out because they thought this was going to be interesting.
But do you wear the vendor socks to the vendor event, or do you sneak them into the competitive event?
LinkedIn post. Yeah, definitely. Of course, I'm a huge proponent of bamboo socks. Everyone, if you're listening to this and you're not wearing bamboo socks, check that out on Amazon. Say goodbye to foot odor. That's a gift from me to you.
Thanks, Michael. All right. So now that we've got our vendor aligned socks aligned, so we're going to be talking about prospecting today. Michael, you've been on the show before. When people are sort of first time on the show, I love to ask them about how they arrived in chair, so to speak. How do they get in their current role? We've had that conversation before. So I don't know. We have another war story. I would love to talk about another war story.
Let's talk about some C stories from 2025 because we are almost done 2025. This year, I have committed to going to as many prospecting events as humanly possible.
You're like the guy that says yes, like
right. In January, I told everyone on my newsletter, I will come to your little chamber event or business expo or whatever, and I will help you haul in leads. And I've done that 43 times so far. I got 2 more, one next week, one the week after. That might be the end for 2025 because I don't think many things are happening in December.
I don't believe you. You're going to sneak another one in there.
There's one December 5, but it's an FBI golf tournament. I don't think the MSP that I'm working with, I don't think that's their pool. Anyways, so that has been my life story for all of 2025. This week, I have been in this chair for all 5 business days, which is a rarity. I don't remember the last time that I spent an entire week at home. It may be like spring.
Well, it was enough for you to
I've done at least one show with you on the road. That was back in like February. I was in Wisconsin. I remember. I did that from the hotel lobby.
You were in a hotel lobby. I remember that. Yep.
Totally. Anyway, so that's been my game for this entire year, which has been, I wanted to figure out how to be better at helping MSPs prospect in person. So I just went to as many events as I could, which it's a misnomer to say physically possible because I could definitely do more. Really, the hardest part about the events, honestly, is finding them because there's no like easy repository to search. You got to just like scrounge. Like I made a little website scraper to go through every chamber of commerce and every business association, like click through their event calendar, mostly because I was doing it for like every state in the union. But if you're doing it just for yourself, going to these in-person events is the best lead gen tactic pretty much for any MSP. Like any MSP, around 10 employees, if you're looking for small businesses, these little trade shows, golf tournaments, chamber of commerce events, killer bang for buck.
Well, so let's do a takeaway then, and maybe a related story if we could make each one maybe a little gritty. So you go to these events, right? Collecting leads. There's work that needs to be done after that, of course.
Yes.
I don't know what's the most important thing people need to do to prepare for like what needs the most important thing like has to happen before the event. Like what
All
do you
right, we'll
think?
break it down into 3 stages: the prep, the event, and the follow-up. Spoiler, the follow-up's where you make the money, but let's go chronologically. Okay, the prep for the event. Um,
Wait, let me stop you right there. Let me tell you, I've been on the road a little bit, and I'm gonna tell you, I've screwed up this preps part enough times that like I will never do it again. It is so important to be prepared. Anyway, go.
I've seen your booth too, and I look at it like a professional analyzing it. So you're falling into a good spot. You have okay. So the prep. I think the common misstep in the prep is feeling peer pressured into going overboard with the branded stuff. I know you have a branded backdrop. That's okay. My philosophy, especially for small MSP, because that's usually who I'm working with, like small MSP, solo sometimes. Small MSPs go into the Chamber of Commerce, or like I'm doing 2 CPA things in the next 2 weeks. State
Yep.
CPA associations got you a 10 by 10 booth. That's your game. So you show up, it's all black backdrop, little 6-foot table. So the peer pressure forces people into vanity to buy like every item that Vistaprint would sell you with your logo on it. Don't do that. Most of that is a total waste of money. And I say that because that's not attracting anyone. Like the branded backdrop's okay if you have it. If you don't, when I work with the MSPs that don't have it, you can get a 85-inch TV for like $300. That's way better money spent than a branded backdrop, because you can put the same branding on the 85-inch TV, and when you go home, it's still a television. So you can use it for like Matt's
Well,
backdrop for 51 weeks of the year is a useless asset that's wasting his money. For
I'm
1
gonna tell
year,
you,
it has value.
I've done that. I've done the TV thing. Although if you're getting on a plane, it is rough to
Right.
you
No, this
just
is
got to
not for
give the
playing. This is
TV
for
away. Like,
but you like for the MSPs that are thinking about using in-person events, they're not flying. Don't fly.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
dude,
yeah.
I'm talking local
Well,
events.
let's talk about that then. So what's a good event? Because I think you're right. You know, when you get on a plane, you fly across the country. It's like a few grand starting,
Right, right, right.
if not more than a few grand, versus you taking a few hours out of
MSPs
office
looking
to
for
drive down
leads
the
are not
street.
looking across the country. The MSPs that we're talking about, small MSPs, are looking for local leads. Your local attribute is your competitive advantage. So you want local leads so you can serve them locally. So you're looking for
Yeah,
local events. Maybe you got to drive a couple hours to the larger metropolis, but I'm talking driving distance. Full
yeah.
stop. Don't fly anywhere. Driving
Don't fly.
distance. So whatever size TV you can fit in your car, get 1 or 2 of those. That's my favorite. I've done events no branded stuff because the MSP didn't have anything, and I said, well, if you buy an 85-inch TV, it's still a TV at your house, so that's a good business expense, and it's better than paying $400 for a tablecloth to Vistaprint. Who wants that? No one wants that, right? So this is what I recommend: TV stand, bare minimum. You can get a second TV, or just TV stand is your backdrop, table on the side. Amazon sells the whole rainbow of colored tablecloths. You don't necessarily need your logo on it. Just get a nice colorful one, and then put another TV or a large monitor on the table. That's more than enough that's more than enough real estate to attract people's eyeballs. Put something
Now wait,
fun on it.
that's if you got juice to plug in. What do you think go tos if you don't have juice to plug in?
You buy a lithium ion battery pack from Amazon. Couple $100. Yep. No,
Okay.
seriously, because that's a good point. Many of the conference facilities are gouging people for electricity. And like,
Yeah,
when I'm saying gouging, I mean
and
like
you only need
$500 for
a
a power bar.
sometimes you only need juice for like 2 or 3 hours, right?
That's right.
So yeah,
A reasonable investment is a battery. If you search power station on Amazon, I buy a ton of stuff from Amazon. If you search power station on Amazon, you'll see like a Jackery, or I think Yeti is another thing, another brand.
yeah.
Lithium ion battery pack. It's worth the money. It'll run a TV, like a 500 watt hour one is 200-300 bucks. Find a Costco deal or something. That'll run a TV and your laptop and anything you need for an entire day. Perfect. That's better than paying the conference for electricity. Otherwise, sometimes the hotel, like when your chambers do it in little hotels, the hotel doesn't care. It's mostly for like the conference venues. They charge through the nose for power.
Now, I can't stand the branded tchotchkes, although I did a little bit
Mm,
of that this year because I don't think they attract the right people to you
correct.
necessarily. Not only are they wasting money and you're littering the planet, but it doesn't even get you the right conversations, in my opinion. In fact, it attracts people that then get in the way of the people that you actually
Precisely.
want to have the conversation with.
Precisely.
Um,
All right, let me
but
speak to my experience here. So you hit the nail on the head. Our objective is to meet leads. Lead magnets help attract leads to us. Okay.
Mhm.
Anything can be a lead magnet, but the best lead magnets disqualify people that aren't leads. This is why I don't like the branded junk is because it it doesn't disqualify the wrong people. Anyone will come by and take your little squishy toy or your pen. So why do it? At that point you're quite literally throwing your money away cuz those people are going to throw it out later. I have a ton of other people's branded junk in my house that my fiance forces me to throw out. So those are not good lead magnets because they're not disqualifying the wrong people. You're going to get kleptomaniacs that want to come and just like fill their loot bag with everyone's free pens. So design
I'll
the lead magnet to attract the people you want and reject the people you don't want.
So I want to talk more about that, but I also want to admit it's hard to create the right lead magnet, and
Heck yeah.
sometimes best laid plans miss.
Right.
Um, I want to. So where I'm going to push back. I've been using food a lot the last couple of years,
100%. I know. I've
and
seen your booth.
food is great because it attracts. First of all, it's cheap. Secondly, it attracts people to the booth, and best of all, they genuinely want to be there. They feel good when they're eating food, and if all they want is the food, they don't feel guilty about it. It is so freaking annoying when someone wants the thing and then they stand in your way and they have a conversation they have no intention of following up on. They get to your lead list because they
Yeah.
wanted the whatever,
Yeah.
but they never do that for food.
Right.
So,
You're doing it right. So let me see how I see this work well. No one's ever going to cry about buying stuff from Costco. So this is my recommendation to everyone. Don't spend your money on Vistaprint branded mugs and stuff. It's not a good lead magnet. Those people aren't going to be holding the mug. I know it's ironic that I have someone's branded mug, but whatever. I pay these people money. No one's going to be holding your mug 2 months from now and then call you for IT services. It's not like the mug's going either in the garbage or the cupboard. They'll never see it again. Don't waste your money on that. Plus, it's high stress. You got to hold this inventory. It's useless to you for most of the year. What Matt does is he goes to Costco and buys granola bars or something. Perfect. I've done the granola bars. I've done like the Costco, whatever they have in small things, little energy balls,
chocolates do well.
whatever. Recently, I've been doing Nespresso. Like you get up.
Oh, that's
I
neat.
went to
Yeah.
an event. The MSP had nothing. So he called the right person. I landed from the airplane. Uber Eats delivered an espresso machine to the hotel that the event was in, set up the Nespresso machines, slinging espressos. People loved it. Plus, it's zero stress. It's super cheap. And when he goes home, it's still a coffee machine that he can use. So, like, it's very low stress. And it still is a general attractor. It's not a lead magnet, but it's a general attractor. It makes people feel good. If you have a lead there, you can keep them there because you say, hey, can I make you a little coffee? And it takes like 60 seconds. It's slow, which is good because they're not walking away. That's all I would do for like the general giveaway stuff. Otherwise,
So
you want to structure the lead magnet intentionally to qualify and disqualify.
So I don't remember what year this was. This was another age ago. I went to Know Before when they were a small little itty bitty startup, and Kevin Mitnick was there, and I grabbed the Mitnick lockpick set, which
So,
was a business card with lockpicks you could punch out of it.
yeah.
Um, I think that I was like, not everyone. It was a very self-selecting item, right?
Mhm.
Not like most people would be like, "What's that thing?"
Mhm.
followed by I'm scared of that thing. So I mean that was a little filtering, but it didn't necessarily qualify me as a buyer, right?
Right.
So how do you think that rates?
If you wanna do a giveaway, I have done giveaways before. Here's one way that you can structure it. You can give away something a little bit higher end so that people actually want it. Not branded stuff. I'm talking about, like, you give away if you wanna do the iPad giveaway or something, people want that. It's not branded. No one wants to market for you. They want a gift. But, what I did once was I said, "Okay, we're giving away iPads." The MSP wanted to meet accountants. We're giving away iPads for anyone that works at an accounting firm that wants to record a video about what they hate about their IT right now. People did that for an iPad. Anyone that recorded a video complaining about IT got an iPad. That's a lead magnet because you only talk to people that work at accounting firms and you talk to people at accounting firms that want to go on the record complaining about their current provider. That's
Yeah,
worth a
that's
$300 iPad.
now so yeah, and they're probably not naming the provider, but if the provider's watching,
I have
like,
it's in my kit. I have sunglasses that is like the censored bar. So that's what we
oh,
did, right?
okay.
It's a gag. Everyone knows who they are, but
Yeah,
and
yeah,
usually
yeah,
they're wearing
yeah.
their conference name tag. But
Yeah.
it's like they know what they're doing, whatever. Even if they're making it up, that's how you can structure a giveaway as a lead magnet and not just you wasting your money.
What
If you're doing a raffle and giving away an iPad, you're throwing your money away.
so what do you think of a lead magnet uh that's not a giveaway? What do you think are other not
You've asked the
not
right
like a
person here,
tactile
Matt.
like item, right? Like there's
Okay,
other things that
first
could
off,
be
for the
lead
audience that
magnets.
doesn't know, I love lead magnets. I love talking about lead magnets. I actually have a book right here about lead magnets. Okay, I love talking about lead magnets. So, there's three we can break lead magnets down into three categories. Reveal a problem style lead magnet. We'll circle back to this one. Free giveaway, which we've been talking about, and free step one out of a multi-step process. I'll come back to that one too. It's a little bit more complicated. So the free giveaway. Costco does the free giveaway. You get a free sample. You say, I like these cocktail wieners. I want more cocktail wieners. You buy them. In our context here, I recommend you gate the free giveaway with some qualifying, disqualifying filter so that you only give it away to people that you think might be good leads. Like they got to work at the right type of company, right size company. You got to ask these questions, which is okay as long as you say that up front. Hey, we're doing a contest for anyone that works at an accounting firm. You could win a free giveaway. That's okay. If you
Mhm,
pick the right event, that's probably most of the people there. Like if you go to an accounting expo like next week and you do this, you probably get a lot of accountants. That's okay. That's great. But just don't give stuff away for free because then you're just giving stuff away for free. And that doesn't win you any favor with people. They'll just say, "Oh, gee, thanks." And they'll leave.
mhm.
Okay, so that's a free giveaway. Free step one of a multi-step process would be like you're giving away a password manager. Anyone that comes that wants to sign up, do some sort of qualifying thing, record the video about their accounting firm, you get 6 months of Keeper, shout out Keeper, or one password. Okay, you would be doing this as part of your onboarding process. And it's a
Mhm.
cheap thing to give away. And it's a super sticky relationship to have with a random person that you just met to now be managing their passwords. That's a great lead magnet.
So this is like another age ago. You could tell how old I am by this. When um when Spam Assassin what first, and Barracuda arrived on the scene and people started filtering email for the first time in an automated way, right? Um my lead magnet, I was an MSP at the time.
Hmm.
I would come in and I would help people set up I think it was DKIM, which at the
Sure.
time
Totally.
was super archaic, right? But the spam filtering systems recognized, it was not a widely deployed tool. It was brand new, right?
Hmm.
But DKIM had arrived on the scene around the same time that Spam Assassin became an open source project. People started deploying that filtering email, and so if you wanted to hop the email filtering rules, right? I would come in and I would do that for free because it took me like 2 or 3 hours.
Right?
It was probably less than that, right?
Yeah,
And I got to meet like multiple people in the org, and I got to solve a problem for them,
100%.
and I got to interview them and do discovery about everything, right? And a good chunk of the time that turned into a recurring service engagement, and that was a free giveaway. I don't know what today's version of that, but I can't help but think that
Oh, if
all
you
of our
pause for
end
1 second, I will
customers
tell
are
you dozens of them.
yeah,
There
well,
are
AI is like the big one right now, right? Like
exactly. So, if I may break this down for everyone as the lead magnet engineer on the call, you gave a great example of the most common type, which is a reveal a problem style lead magnet.
yeah.
Uh, you do a quick test on site. Do you have SPF, DKIM, DMARC set up? No, you don't. I'm more than happy to help this. It's a problem because people can impersonate your email. This is probably how you're getting the gift card scams or the fake invoice scams. That's a very common lexicon for small businesses. I know because
Mhm.
I do this at every event. And they say, "Oh, I get the gift cards." No problem. I'd be more than happy to help. It's like 15 minutes of effort. Happy to do it for free just to help you out as community support. You book a meeting. That's a reveal a problem. The best types of reveal a problem reveals a problem they know about. So it
Mhm.
can't be something obscure that only you think is a problem. They have to appreciate it's a problem, otherwise they won't care. So that's a good reveal a problem style. The Microsoft calculator thing, like you're paying for Microsoft and Calendly and whatever you're overpaying, I could save you money. That's another reveal a problem style. You got the insurance quoting type thing. That's a reveal a problem style. Anything to
Mhm.
save money or stop things from breaking or save time. Those are all reveal a problem style. Tiny footnote: my cyber score is a reveal a problem style lead magnet, and that's how I haul in leads at all these events. And it does your DKIM story that
Yeah.
you're doing. So killer. Like any lead magnet like that is good because it reveals a problem that they might be thinking about, like the dark web breach scan type thing. You get to talk to them about it and you offer to fix it for them. If they take you up on it, that's a qualifier. And
Yeah.
before you go through it, you get to ask them some questions. Say, okay, more than happy to. Let me book the meeting. Before we book this meeting, what type of business you work for? How many employees you have? You fit in those qualifier questions so that you know, is this a prospect opportunity? Maybe it's a referral opportunity. Those are your qualifiers.
All right. Well, so we have to be prepared to attract those leads. I gotta say, I it took me some time to respect the need to be organized about collecting the leads
Hmm.
and like
No
what do
doubt.
you need when you collect the lead? What information do you need to leave with? What notes do you need? Like what
Right.
format should that be in? I think that that's critical, and I've screwed that up before.
Heck
So
yeah. Out of 43 events, most of the MSPs that I work with are not prepared for this step. Fortunately, they asked me to come, and this is what I do for a living. So, um, to generate leads, and I'm not trying to be snarky, we literally need to get their contact information. Okay, so let's not forget that because I have, in the training and let the leash out when I let the MSP go. Great engagement. Forget to get their name or contact info. Okay, it happens. It's part of the training. You got to get their contact info. Easiest way is to get their business card. Many people still carry business cards. I wouldn't say most, but many people do. Don't settle for giving them your business card because they're not going
yeah,
to call you.
that doesn't
Y-
work.
You got to get their business card. If they don't have it, just say, "What's your email? What's your phone number?" Phone
Yeah,
numbers
I
are even
I
better.
love when people wear badges and I can get their face because I say, Can I just take your picture real quick?" And people didn't used to say yes to that, but they now say yes to that. And you snap it and you can figure it out later. You have their name and you literally have their face. You
Yeah.
can find them. And
You've seen my DJI Pocket camera, the one on the
yeah.
gimbal. I set that up time lapse every single event now because then I
Oh,
can go back and check people's face. I put it like right beside the TV, like a
yeah.
Nest doorbell camera.
That's
Yeah.
sneaky. I'm not sure. I no, I feel I think that's in 2020, that's 2025
They're at
okay.
a public event. There's a media waiver somewhere.
It's 2025 okay. I'm gonna give it to you.
So we got to get their contact information. The most successful event that I did this year was also the simplest in this tactic. The MSP had a clipboard and he printed out name, email, phone number, and he just wrote down their name, email, and phone number every time that, and like he did it in front of them. It's not like he had to like
Mhm.
remember it and run away. He just had the clipboard with him, and he said, "Can I get your contact info?" Sometimes they wrote it down. That's it. Like you don't have to overthink this part. Clipboard.
Now, I've tried QR codes. Hey, fill out this form, and like that usually doesn't go great because people like are impatient, and getting through a whole lead capture form can sometimes be good. Sometimes it's difficult. I've had a lot of success actually this year uh, with uh, having instead of the QR code on the table, which for some reason doesn't work. If I have the
Mm,
QR code on my phone and I
yeah.
say, "Hey, can you go to this?" And then it's like in my branding, and then a
Mhm.
similar looking page pops up on their screen, and then they just enter their information. People are
Yeah.
very willing to do that.
There's several of those sort of like digital business card things. I think it's like People is one of them with no vowels.
Mhm.
There's several of them. I've only used that once. Um, I like to keep it simple. Like I ask for their business card. If not, I say, "What's your email?" and I type it into a notes app on my phone, like when they're talking to me. That's
Mhm.
it. Okay, that's the bare minimum. I tried to make my life a little bit easier. Okay, let me tell the story, then I'll tell you how to do it properly. So I did make myself my own little chat bot so that I can make a voice note and then that would save it to my CRM.
Mhm.
That's more complicated than necessary, though. Honestly, clipboard. If anyone's listening to this, just do the clipboard. Once you do the clipboard a couple times, you'll learn a better process yourself. But honestly, do the clipboard. Don't let the tool get in the way because any
So
software tool you're going to get hung up on, just honestly, just print a clipboard, print a piece of paper that says first name, phone number, email, and write with a pen. That's it.
the first time I got really good at this and did it successfully, and I still use this sometimes. I still carry them around. I had these little, not clipboards, but I just have those little those palm-sized notebooks. It's just not much bigger than a business card, and everyone gets a page
Yeah, sure.
and pen. Um,
Simple. The simple is
yeah,
the best because
yeah.
simple, it won't break down. You won't lose access to the internet, which happens a lot at these events. Just pen and paper. Just write down their names. You could do something more complicated, like I take voice notes in a note app because I just tell the story about the engagement, so I remember things about them. That's bonus, but as a bare minimum, name, phone number, email address. Then you can look them up and remember what you did with them later. But at least you have that, so you can call them or email them afterwards.
Now, if I've found that if I don't, I'm lucky to benefit from some really great support in my organization, so I don't have to do 100% of the things. But what I've
Mhm.
found is handing over the list to get sequenced early is really important, and not to let it sit around. Um, eh, but I don't know what do you like. I guess we should talk about during the event before we get to that part, right? So hopefully we've done all the things. We're prepared. We're actually going to write down people's contact information. We've got some magnets, or we don't have some magnets. We're at the
Right.
show. We're at an event where we've stolen a table in a restaurant. Whatever we're doing, right?
Hmm.
Uh, okay. People are showing up. Now what?
This is where the lead magnets come in. Like a properly designed lead magnet should be used 100 times over and over and over again at the event. And that's not like giving away the chocolate bars. That's either the reveal a problem, the free sample, the free
Yep.
step one on a thing, like something. The purpose of the lead magnet is to attract the right people and get them thinking about the problem that you want to solve for them. It doesn't have to be their biggest problem. It just needs to be a problem. Really good lead magnets are like a very accessible problem that's defined in a box so you can fix it fully for them.
Hmm.
Like your DKIM example is great. It's well defined. You can totally fix it in like 15 minutes of effort. So you say, uh, it's a reveal a problem style, email impersonation protection. You do a quick test right on the TV with like their website, whatever, however you want to structure it. There are tools that make this easier for you. And then you say, great, I can help you fix this. If you've been struggling with the gift card scams, yeah, we have. Okay, no problem. I'm more than happy to help you fix this. I have my calendar here. Let me just book something for you on Monday, 15 minutes. Can you still hear me? Because my
Yeah,
screen's
no, it's
just turned
good.
off. I heard
You're
I got no monitors anymore. Okay, so you can't hear me say something.
I
So
can hear you and see you.
then you book a meeting with them on like with your Calendly or whatever, and you fix it for them. And then you've just solved one of their dozens of problems, but you solve one problem completely. Now they think about you as a person that can solve their problems. And then at the end of that engagement, you say, okay, what's next on your problem list? If you know their pains well enough, you know all of their problems. So you just pick the next one. You solve that one. You could solve it for free. You could solve it for money. Like our job is really to solve as many problems as possible. The person that solves the most problems wins. So just keep solving their problems until the problems get big enough that you want to charge for it. Then you charge for it.
Well, I gotta say, I can still hear you somehow, but your video's frozen. So,
Oh, that's too bad. Yeah, my monitor's turned off, but I can still see
huh?
myself on my camera. All right, keep going. We're live. Keep rolling.
Yeah. I'll just leave. We'll see how long that face lasts.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, you're back. You're back.
I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Maybe GPU crashed. Anyways, we're in.
All right. So we're in it. You're running the lead magnet over and over. What's a good like amount of time you think? Because there's opportunity cost, right? You don't want to be talking to someone for half an hour usually, right?
Correct. Correct. Yeah, 5 minutes. You get someone going for 5 minutes. After that, they're loitering.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
once you get in the groove. Like, I mean, I've done it 43 times. I'm in the groove. I can move people through this system. If you're,
Which if they get comfortable, they might want to hang out, right? Which is
yeah, right.
which
You
is
got to
not
use your,
necessarily yeah.
you just got to use your people skills because the clock's ticking. You paid for every minute. And like,
Yeah.
you're going to have most events 4 hours. Even if it's a full day, even if it's multi day, you're going to have 4 hours. Like a full
Mhm.
day event with lunch and coffee breaks and bathroom breaks, you get 4 hours of foot traffic. Multi day events where there's workshops going on, when people are in workshops, the vendor hall is empty. Like you've been at CompTIA, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, ChannelCon, Jatia. You've been at. I saw your booth at ChannelCon. At ChannelCon, you have small snippets when people
Yeah,
are
they're just
walking the
2-hour
hall
windows, hour and a half. Yeah.
because otherwise they're in workshops.
Yep.
For MSPs, you're going to see that at like at the business association annual events, like the CPA annual event, the municipalities, whatever. The attendees are coming for their continuing education credits, so they're
Mhm.
going to workshops, and in between the vendor halls open. So you got to remember, you have very short window, like 4 hours at most. You got to be ready, bang, bang, bang. If anyone's loitering, have one of your employees like chit chat with them, but drag them off because you got to keep the booth open to talk to more people because you're there for a purpose. You're not there to make friends. You're not there to talk to one person for 4 hours. That's a waste of money. You're there to collect contact information, build rapport, and qualify to see who has problems. That's what you're there for.
So, okay, so we've collected a bunch of leads. Hopefully they're the right fit, right? We've got
Yep.
real contact information.
Yep.
Uh, I I use a lot of CRM wizardry. I don't think you
Yep.
have to, but the basics are you need to figure out how to get a hold of that person after the show, right?
Correct.
Ideally, best case scenario, you already have that meeting scheduled. That's tough in a fast moving environment to get someone all the way to scheduling.
Yeah.
Um, so let's presume you don't have them scheduled.
Right.
What do you think from there?
Okay. Let me level set with everyone. This part is the hardest part. Okay. The money is in the follow ups. Remember, no one's signing a contract at any of these events. Okay. You're asking someone to start a 5 to 10 year relationship with you that's going to be worth several $100,000 lifetime value. It's a safe assumption. No one's signing that at an event. Just remember that. So don't beat yourself up if you don't come away with contracts, because you won't. You won't. What you will come away with is a list of names. You need to triage this list of names and try and collect recon to find out which of them are going to be leads. When there's
So
a
wait,
big difference.
you skipped over something. It sounds like you're going to drill into it. There's a big
Oh, I
difference
am.
between the information that you've got there, and this is a qualified lead, right?
Oh,
So
no doubt, no doubt. Oh, let me give you the
yeah,
simplified version of this. Okay. For all the MSPs that are listening to this that say, I grew my business on referrals, now I'm trying to do some sales. This is for you. When someone comes to you and fills out a form on your website and says, I need IT, they are in a buying window because, like purchasing a plunger, you don't purchase IT randomly willy nilly. You do it because you need it now. When someone comes to your website and fill out the form, they're indicating to you that they're in a purchasing window. When you meet a stranger at an event, this is the first information that you need to find out about them. Do they have a current MSP? And when does the contract renew? Because that's how you can manage your expectations of yourself. Because if they have a current contract that expires 9 months from now, don't beat yourself up. You're not converting them right now, right? They're not in a buying window. They'll probably be in a buying window 3 months ish
or six, yeah.
prior to the contract
Oh yeah,
expiring.
yeah, yeah.
So this is the recon that you need to get whenever you're talking to someone. And this isn't a weird thing that you have to drill in. My line for asking this bit of recon, get ready, is who's helping you with this kind of stuff? That's it. And people will say, like 99% of the time, oh, we got a guy. We got a company that helps with us. Fantastic. How long you been working with them? They tell me. When's the contract renew? That's some social capital you have to spend to get that question answered. But if you're building rapport, you can ask it. If you got to build a little bit of rapport first, but this is the recon we need. Do they have a provider? When does the contract renew? Before you get any further in like doing any sort of complicated enrichment in your CRM, find out those questions. Do you have a provider? When does the contract renew? If you come out of the event with a list of contact info and one parameter that says DIY or MSP. That's how I have it in my HubSpot. And then a second one, which is a date field for when the contract renews. If you can just populate those, you're going to be in a great position. Those are leads now generated.
Now you you use the CRM acronym, but like basically this could be a spreadsheet, right? Like this.
Worst case, Excel. Excel is still most people's spreadsheets. That's okay.
Well, you're saying worst case. I got to tell you, I've seen a lot of poorly implemented CRMs out there, and a spreadsheet will beat them 9 out of 10 if the CRM's a disaster. So unless you're really going to invest in CRM and do it right, and it takes
Right.
time, right? So you got to start someplace, right?
No
But
doubt. Don't let the tool get in the way.
yeah, the
If all you
spreadsheets are
have is a
great.
spreadsheet, do it in the spreadsheet. If you're That's fine. Don't let the tools get in the way. Start with the spreadsheet. When you're ready to do a little bit more, there are plenty of CRMs that you can choose from. The two that I would recommend you evaluate honestly would be either a go high level variant from one of the many you know confident MSP agencies like MSP sites or Growably, or HubSpot, which is the category king for small businesses. It's the Swiss Army knife, but it works well. I use HubSpot.
Now, what do you think of people using their PSAs? Because a lot of PSAs say, "Oh, we got the CRM covered."
The CRM is supposed to do a bunch of things for sales. The PSA is to collect contact info and then deliver services. Everything's got its own purpose. It's really a question of what mechanisms you want to churn, like what gears you want to rotate. If you're starting
Hmm.
with nothing, fine. The PSA, fine, fine. Don't let the tool get in the way. You just need to manage 20, 50 names. So it's
Hmm.
like, don't overcomplicate this.
Hmm.
I mean, you can do it in Excel. It gets unmanageable in Excel at some point, quickly, because you got to have like notes and stuff. But anyways, what reasonably speaking, if you're starting with a Chamber of Commerce event, you're going to have, where's my business cards? You're going to have 50, 60 business cards that you need to put in a spreadsheet. That's
Hmm.
it. So we're not talking about like a giant database. You can do it in Excel. Um, Go High Level is a fine tool. Growably and MSP sites are great tools. There's many like add-ons that you can benefit
Yep.
from. HubSpot. I mean, you can use the free HubSpot for this too, because the free
So
HubSpot is um, just the
yes.
CRM part. You can use that.
So we use HubSpot. It's a deep lake to swim in, I think. We're actually we're giving Glass Hive to some of our partners now, so that's
Mm,
an interesting tool. Because it's built for MSPs, and it's a lot simpler. But yeah, I think having something. I'm going to tell you. I like all the notes going in the thing, right? I like the call notes going in the thing. I like
yeah.
the email notes going in the thing. I like all
Right.
the notes in the thing so that when I talk to someone, I don't have to
Yeah.
think. I don't have to like click search. I'm just scrolling
Right.
back through my timeline with that person. That is
Yeah.
ideally the way to manage the relationship.
You and are probably going to have a different experience with our CRMs than the typical small MSP with founder-led sales because of the volume. And
Yep.
that volume forces a different set of requirements. I
I
spend nearly all of my day in and around HubSpot, and also now I manage the Go High Level for 8 MSPs. So and I'm
yeah.
making CRM integrations, and I'm practicing in CRM because that's kind of my game, because I help MSPs with their CRM quite often because I'm in the lead gen world. But if the managed service provider business owner is also the part-time salesperson, don't let the tool get in the way,
So
honestly.
I had HubSpot for 2 years before I really figured out how to make it work. And
Yeah,
during that time period, I had to use spreadsheets
that's fine.
because I
It's
couldn't even get it to do the thing it needed to do, and I survived fine with the spreadsheets.
that is
you
fine.
know, yeah.
Again, we're talking about the typical small MSP is going to manage maybe a list of 100 after doing a
Mhm,
couple of these events, maybe, because we're just talking about people that you've met. You want to keep track of the people that you've met at these events because they will at some point be tempted to go to Google and type IT near me, and you want to make sure that you have them in your sphere of influence before they do that, because you're not
mhm.
spending 2 Gs on the Google ads in your area. You don't want them to go to Google. And to do that effectively, you need to take their business cards that you get from the events, and you need to put their, oh, that's Wingman, that's the wrong person. And you need to put their, oh, that's Steve Young. You need to put their contact info in a spreadsheet or CRM or whatever. And then every week you need to look at it and say, when does this person's contract expire? I don't know. Hey, call them on the phone, check in with them. Hey, when I met you at that event. I see here in my notes that you have an IT person right now. When's your contract expiring? And if they tell you to buzz off, you didn't build enough rapport. And if they answer, put it in. And then 3 months
Now,
before the contract expires, now's the time to spread the cream cheese and go for it.
so that sounds very organic, and we do that with all of our qualified leads. We also have less qualified contacts in our platform. Like maybe they don't, the timing's not right, right? And we sequence them. Um, how do you feel about MSPs, small MSPs doing automated sequencing? Was that worth the effort? Keep in touch.
Give me more details of the context of your question.
Well, I love just, the newslettery type approach. Hey, did y'all all you customers know CMMC HIPAA's coming down the line, like the new HIPAA regs coming later this
Yeah.
year?
Spam delete.
Yeah.
Don't
So
worry. MSP out there, don't worry. No one's reading that newsletter.
well, I don't count on people reading them. I count on people knowing that I'm in their world. But so what's a good way to keep in touch with people that beyond I got them on the phone and we talked about their kids or golf or whatever for 10 minutes to keep touch. What
Okay.
else?
You have a list of 100 business owners in your small town. You can call them on the phone. You don't need to hire a global talent person off Upwork to call them on the phone. You call them on the phone. That's the only way they're going to talk to you. You can drive into their office and bring them a cup of coffee and say, Joe, I'd love to stop in. I was in the area helping client X over there. I know we talked at the event. I saw your sign. I brought you some coffee. Can I talk to you for 10 minutes? That's it.
This is where our popcorn sale fits, right?
Popcorn story,
Yep.
donuts, cookies, whatever. They know what
Yep.
you're doing. Don't worry. It's not magic. They know that you're just trying to pop in and trade cookies for some time. That's okay. Just be a regular person. Being local is your biggest advantage. Showing them that you're willing to go out of your way to establish a human to human relationship is your biggest advantage. So
Yeah.
use it. And it's not like you need to spend 8 hours a day walking in. If you can slowly go through your spreadsheet and find out when the contract expires, you might need to walk into 4 businesses a month. You can do that.
So I just wanna point out something that was very clear to me. Want to make sure it's clear to everyone else. I baited you with the automated sequencing hook, and you were just like, call these people, stop by and talk to them. So keep it organic, is
Because
what I'm hearing.
volume is small. Like,
Yeah,
the disadvantage of doing anything automated sequence is that they know it's an
yeah,
automatic email.
yeah, yeah.
So and
Well,
they
you
know to
you can't
ignore it.
pretend. You can't
No, no, they
pretend that it's
everyone
not.
knows.
Yeah, yeah,
Everyone knows. It's
yeah,
so, and don't worry, their lizard brain is very well adept at detecting when it's not a human putting effort into contacting them,
yeah.
because their entire world is sending them spam
Full of
emails.
that. Yeah,
Like my
yeah,
inbox, tons of spam emails. They know it's so. But if you call them, you business owner to their business owner, call them on the phone and say, like, here's the just the top one. If I called Stephen Young right now live, he'd probably pick up. And if I say, it's me, Mike from Iceberg Cyber. Oh yeah, yeah, we met at that thing. Okay, we'll talk for 5 minutes. I don't want to waste his time, but if I think about something meaningful to say, I can call him. He gave me his
yep,
card. That's what you got
yep.
to do. Don't bother sending 10,000 emails. You're wasting your time. You're wasting your time
Now,
because
all
you're not
those
using.
people. Well, I was gonna say all those people that I'm trying to keep in touch with, they're all in my contacts. Not my phone contacts, but and I'm using some sophistication here. I've got HubSpot tied into my phone. The
Yeah,
caller IDs in there, so they're not strangers, right?
right.
And I don't miss calls from people that are in my contact list that are in my CRM. I don't miss those
Hmm.
calls. And
Hmm.
so I think that we got a lot of MSPs that are like basically afraid to pick up the phone these days because
It's
it's
okay.
ringing off the
Doing
hook
some.
all day.
If you do something that scares you, it's probably
Yeah.
good personal growth.
It's yeah.
And I'm not talking about cold dialing. I'm not talking
Yeah.
about cold dialing. I'm talking about taking someone who's lukewarm because you went to the effort of going to the event. I applaud you. This is a big first step. You got their contact info. Fantastic. Just keep them lukewarm by calling them every so often. That's what you got to do
Well, so you went to 43 of these this year? Is that what you
so
said?
far.
All
Yeah.
right. If someone really wants to make it 44, what
Oh, I
is the
got
system
44 and
here?
5 booked. If you
Okay.
want to make it 46 and 47, you contact me on LinkedIn. We're on LinkedIn right now. You contact me on LinkedIn. You go to my website, icebergcyber.com. Shoot me a message on LinkedIn. If you need to put up the bat signal and get Batman to come help you at an event, that's me. I have definitely done a ton of events. I will come. I will come. I'll tell you to bring an espresso. I'll tell you to buy at least a 55-inch TV, if not 85. We can fit it in your car. And you'll have a great time because generating leads is time consuming and expensive. Doing the in person events is a great way to do it. It's time bound, like one day. It's pretty cost effective because most of the events that I like booking are the registration fees less than $2,000 for sure. Golf tournaments are killer, $500. The small biz type stuff, $1,500. Cheap expenses for the booth, and by cheap I mean like giant TV and espresso machine. People love that. That's cost effective lead generating. And then you can spend
Now
your money on following up.
now a couple grand sounds like a lot of money. If you haven't done any marketing before, if you haven't done any outbound before, I guess the alternative is you do nothing, don't acquire customers, right? Or you pour your money down the hole in AdWords, which by the way doesn't work. I mean,
Ads
it works
work
for
totally
Google.
fine. You can pay Tech Pro Marketing. They're very good at generating leads with Google Ads. It costs on average $1,500 in Google Ads to book one appointment. So this is a very good machine, but it's expensive, especially for the small MSPs that are just getting started. And remember, there is a limitation to the Google ads because someone has to be typing IT near me. So
Yeah.
it's an inbound strategy, which is passive. If you want to go outbound and hunt, you either cold call, walk in, mail, cold email, LinkedIn, or in person events. Or
Yeah.
there's plenty of other ones, referrals, content. But I like the events because any MSP, any MSP, honestly. The other ones they take more skill. Anyone can go with a little bit of training, and I shall give it to you because I love this. A little bit of training, you can have a very effective lead generating day at a Chamber of Commerce event. I've done it 43 times already with 43 different MSPs this year. I can do it with you.
Well, I feel like you would just love teaching a class in this, Mike.
I'm working on it. I'm working on getting all the pictures together of the do's and don'ts and the kit that you can buy with with Amazon links because that's all you need. Like talking about very cost effective. I hate wasting money on junk. I hate wasting money. I'll buy an
Yeah.
85 TV inch for 30 bucks, $300, colored tablecloth, $10, Nespresso machine, like $100 Nespresso machine, $100 of pods, and a giant TV. You got a killer booth.
Okay.
That's all you need.
And no brochures, right?
No one's going to read those. Don't bother paying Canva to make brochures. No one's going to read those. Like, no
Yeah.
one's going to read it. Just put it on a TV. Like, bring another monitor and if you really want to convey this information, don't bother printing it out. No one's going to read that. Where's my brochure? Like, if you hand this to somebody, no one's going to read this. They're going to throw it out. So just if you want to convey the information, bring a television, bring a monitor, and put it in big block letters because you got a short time to get to their lizard brain. TikToks train them to not read.
Well, so, yeah, I don't know that TikTok may have spun the wheel a little faster, but
Yeah.
I don't think they
If
can
they
claim
really
that.
want information, just say,
Yeah.
no problem. Give me
Yeah.
15 minutes. I'll call you on Monday afternoon. You got 15 minutes on Monday? That's it. That's it. So the problem solved. And you save $200 on print.
So, I think we we beat that one. We beat event prospecting subject up a little bit here. Do you want to offer any war stories quick?
Remember the
How about I make
constant
you laugh and make you cry?
the constant risk of going to events in the shake hands to make money scheme is that you have to actually shake people's hands, which means you get sick. So, um, which is
I've
okay when you do one event per month. Like most MSPs, their mirrored experience of this is they're going to do one event. That's okay. I'd love it if you did one per month. When you do, I had to do 8 in one 21-day span. I was popping B12 and emergency like crazy because I had to be good. Like I had to put out. But everyone's like giving me germs and stuff, so that's okay. That happens. I had someone that was very sick tell me after they shook my hand how sick they were, which is very much appreciated. Like after all the paranoia of COVID, we were swung the opposite way. So just be prepared for that. Hand sanitizer, killer. Other tips: comfortable shoes, caffeinated gum, my favorite. That way you get fresh breath and chemical powered energy. Caffeinated gum. Nespresso helps with that too. And drink your water because you get dehydrated and you got to be talking for 3-4 hours. That's it. Otherwise, you can run it like clockwork. Don't waste, spend your money on the good stuff. Get a nice big TV. Get the Nespresso machine. Don't worry about the branded stuff. No one's going to miss it. And you can do it like clockwork.
So, what's next for you in 26? More of the same? You gonna do
Oh, I would
like
love to crack triple digits in events. I would love to do that.
yourself personally?
Yeah. If I could find 100 MSPs that want to do 100 events next year, I would definitely do it. They're so good. Like I do it because I want to learn how to be really good at prospecting small business clients for MSPs. And I want to go on the front lines and do it in person. If I could find 100 MSPs that wanted to do it, I would be laughing. That's really the only limitation is
Well, you
finding the
could really
MSPs that
do
want to do it.
this, even an MSP that does not have like a whole sophisticated machine. I mean, you can do this quarterly, and you would
Oh,
have plenty
totally.
of fresh fresh wood, so to speak, right?
Yes, yes. I tell this to all my MSP connections, all of our Iceberg subscribers. Go find your local events. Like definitely the chambers of commerce within a driving distance. You should be checking out their event calendar and putting that on your calendar to go to their summer soiree. They got everything's got in the fall. Golf tournaments are definitely the best bang for buck. Everyone is in a great mood and they have to walk to your booth at the tee off because it's a course. It's the best. So every golf tournament you can find, especially with the chambers or the business association that's vertically aligned, killer opportunity. Don't let it go by. And when you book it, you let me know. And if I can make it, I will.
Well, if someone can't find the event, they can call you anyway, right? You'll help
I
them find
also
it.
I also am constantly scraping the internet for more events because I'm trying to build that. I'm trying to
Yeah.
build that as a lead magnet for my own users. Like I want to help you haul in leads at the event. If you can't find the event, I've been trying to do that because it's a ton of legwork. So I've been employing the internet and software to try and do that for us to
I
scrounge
can't
through all these chambers websites that are made by Growth Zone or whatever app they're using to get the events.
I can't help but think you probably don't have as much time to be an engineer as you used to. You used to love
Oh, I'm
getting
always an
really
engineer.
geeky.
Now we're just talking about sales and lead magnets. I love engineering lead magnets now. This I love it. Sales is about solving people's problems in exchange for money. Those are the problems I'm solving now.
All right, Michael. I think we're ready to tee off into our weekend here. So thanks for coming on the show.
Heck yeah.
Um,
We hit
I
lead
know.
magnets. We talked about in-person events. Those are my two favorite things. I got to show my lead magnet book, and you can see my ring light in the mirror.
So wait, what else is in that? What else? We got one more minute left. What else is back there? There's some
I
amazing
got my
insights
new
I can tell.
bookshelf
Your book
that I
tree, your
built.
book tree.
Book tree. Um, the purple rectangle and this rectangle are made by the same author. I, I'm I am a
It's back.
huge.
It's backwards,
Oh,
but
it's
we can
mirrored in
read
your
it.
show.
Yeah.
Okay, the author's name is Alex Hermosi. I have said this before. Fantastic material on how to get in the right mindset to approach sales, especially for a small MSP where the business owner has a very technical mind and now has to grapple with sales because they're a business owner. They're no longer a technician. You know, you're not a technician, you're a business owner. That means you have to embrace sales. Sales is about solving people's problems in exchange for money. These two books teach you how to love the problem. And the more you know about the problem, the happier you are with sales because you're just solving people's problems. Those two books taught me how to do it.
All right. Well, grab Michael on LinkedIn. Um, and see everyone next time.
And if you're booking an event, you let me know because I'll show up.
I might call you.
Heck yeah.
All right. Bye.